I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review. There's another paid request, this time for Paul Wilson. It's for a film called, well, there's two titles. It's Raw Meat and Deathline. So I don't know which title I'll put up, because it's like, you pick and choose. Now, this is a film from the 1970s, directed by Gary Sherman, who would go do Vice Squad, Wanted Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer, Poltergeist 3. And this was, I think, one of his first films. And it's pretty much about these two people who are students who find themselves in the middle of this investigation when a man goes missing in the London Underground, the subway system. This one guy tries to pick up a hooker. He's attacked off screen. This couple, this guy and girl, the students, they see this person. Let's go get help. They get a cop, they come back, the body's gone. Ultimately, you find out that guy who's missing is an important guy, and it leads to Donald Pleasence trying to open up an investigation as inspector. Now, I'll say this. I didn't mind the film for two reasons. Donald Pleasence, he's very fun, interesting character, and when it has the scenes in the subway system, they're well shot. Yeah, a lot of atmosphere for the subway system. There's this one part, it's a really nice slow pan where it shows the location of what is living down there and like all these bodies and all these bodies throughout the years. Nice slow creepy pan. Like it's utilizing the environment fairly well. I thought Gary Sherman did a good job with that. And Donald Pleasence is a lot of fun. So he's some big shit. I mean, some big shot, huh? You know, coppers should be like elephants. Big feet and long memories. Or he's talking to the lead. Well, sadly, he is the lead. David Ladd, who's the American student. Overseas on something. Who's with this girl. And Donald Pleasence will say, "Hey, get your hair cut." When he tells the guy to leave. And it seems like the movie itself knows Donald Pleasence is more interesting, so it's spending a lot more time with him, which is a positive. But the sad thing is Donald Pleasence and the cops don't really do anything. Like, they're having fun scenes hanging out and learning a bit of history about that railroad. Like, there were workers, there's a scandal, bodies were abandoned after this accident, there were air pockets, so maybe people survived. Maybe they also survived because of cannibalism. So you get information there. Christopher Lee is in it for one scene. Which is a nice little bit. Where Donald Pleasence like, "You threatened me?" And Christopher Lee's like, "How very perceptive." And then very quietly Donald Pleasence goes, "Fuck you." I never thought I'd hear, or barely hear Donald Pleasence go, "Fuck you," let alone the Christopher Lee. But the big problem with the film is the two leads should... This movie should be Donald Pleasence and Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee joins the investigation, and the two of them looking into this disappearance, talking to people. If you want to have people becoming victims, cut to that, fine. But then it leads to the two of them going down, kind of like Horror Express with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Or like a Kolchak the Night Stalker episode. This would actually make a pretty cool Kolchak movie. If Kolchak, Darren McGavin, was investigating this, and leads to him going down, dealing with this crazy cannibal, maybe shooting him, like Kolchak has done before. Or have Donald Pleasence, Christopher Lee do that. Instead, it'll cut to... What I mean by they don't really do anything, like Christopher Lee's in one scene and then he's gone. Donald Pleasence, he's either getting drunk at a bar with a guy, or he talks to people in his office. But they'll cut to the American guy who is awful. David Ladd is wooden delivery. He is the worst actor in the movie, and he's pretty much the lead, and that sucks. Lead as in not that he has a lot of screen time, but that his lady gets... Spoiler alert. Spoilers, I gotta go into this. They're going in the subway. I forgot something. You go without me. She gets caught. David Ladd says, "Where's my lady? She's not home." Goes to Donald Pleasence, who doesn't do anything. He goes by himself, finds his lady. Lady's running away from this bad guy, who's a cannibal. Because they try to be a little bit sympathetic as well. Because he's the last of his kind, and he's... Previously we've seen that his mate dies, and the baby that would be born dies, and... The guy goes off, fights the guy in like a 30-second fight, supposedly kills the cannibal, and then the cops arrive. And they look around, they leave, and then you hear a voice, so maybe the cannibal's alive, maybe not. Like, it's a very like mundane, disappointing ending, and a lot more could have been done. Again, you could have the couple, and maybe a better actor, not David Ladd, but to have Christopher Lee, like, they're captured, and then Donald Pleasence and Christopher Lee, they travel in, and maybe they have this banter back and forth, almost like a buddy movie, buddy cop film, and they go fight the cannibal. Just Donald Pleasence was on screen. He's given the most amount of screen time, because like the movie and Gary Sherman knew he was that fun. Like when he's at the bar with a guy, and this other guy he's talking to, and he's like, "Hey D, God bless, I know you smile when you say that, right? You better smile. When you say God bless the Queen, you better smile." It's worthwhile to watch for Donald Pleasence, and it's worthwhile to watch because of the way the subway is shot. Once in a while, there's a decent bit of gore. A little bit decent gore. Not Friday the 13th or anything, but in spoilers. One gets a shovel in the head. One gets impaled with a broom. Just like a guy's fighting the cannibal with a broom. It breaks, so cannibal takes it and impales the guy with it. But it's not wall-to-wall gore or anything. Doesn't end on a downbeat note, but it's just kind of a... Well, I wish they gave Donald Pleasence such more to physically do and defeat the cannibal. Even Dr. Loomis in Halloween, he at least went up and shot Michael Myers. And then Halloween 2 was helping Jamie Lee Curtis go around the hospital and light the fucking fire. That's something. This is literally, they give him nothing to accomplish, is what I'm saying. Nothing to accomplish. The directing is fine. There's one bit that's when they're showing the lair and these nasty decomposed bodies, slow pan. There's this heartbeat on the soundtrack. That was nicely done. And like you hearing this noise as it's going through this rubble, you get the idea that's an audio flashback, not visual, but audio of the collapse that happened long ago as we're panning over the rubble. That was a decent scene, decent shot. It's just when it goes back to these students, just please stay with Donald Pleasence. Let Christopher Lee be in it more. Let them have more stuff to do. You know, take a page from Horror Express, which is a pretty good film with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. I wish they did. I wish they did. I don't know why they thought. I mean, if you want the two students, like I said, have the two of them go down and save these university students. And the ending, like I said, the ending just comes off as, doesn't feel like much of a battle. Doesn't feel too much like a struggle. Like David Ladd, the guy, doesn't seem like he's in much danger. Bit of a struggle, then step on the guy's ear. Almost seems like he too easily overpowers the cannibal guy. So it's not a real sense of danger from the cannibal in that instance. They showed it before when he was fighting 3 guys and killed them. But at this point, not really. And I wish it did certain things different. That's the best way I have to describe it. Like I said, the direction is fine. Having a movie in the claustrophobic subway system, I'm a sucker for. And it's done it better than some of the films that came out later. I forget, I think one was called Creep, maybe, and I forget what the hell the others were called. Because, some of the actors involved, like Donald Pleasence. And what the hell was the one? I forget what it was. It ended with a guy running to the exit. He's right there. He turns, and then somehow the bad guy is there and kills him, I guess, when he's like 2 feet away from the exit. I'm like, what the fuck? How is it? Did he teleport there? How is it alive? I don't remember the movie's name. I don't care to. It didn't have that, so like this is a that was. But I like this claustrophobic setting. I'm a sucker for it because the sewer system and films like Chud and Alligator and Watchers 2. There's a bit in there with Mark Singer. It's a great way to establish this nasty, dark, dank environment in the claustrophobia setting where you're enclosed, there's nowhere to go, darkness, shadows, a lot of things to play with in a horror film. So to me, it's a natural setting for it. Which is funny because when you're playing a video game, you don't want to play a sewer level. But in a horror film, a sewer level could be one of your strong points environment-wise. Because you just don't want to be there to begin with, let alone you stuck there with a monster or a cannibal or a big fucking alligator or chuds or whatever. Unless you're the Ninja Turtles, then that's fine. But Deathline, aka Raw Meat, it's a decent film. I've seen much worse. Like I said, Donald Pleasence's fun performance makes this, at the very least, a worthwhile watch. At the very least. So you got that. And the guy who plays the cannibal, considering he barely has any dialogue, he did fine acting-wise, using his body and trying to invoke emotion. Again, with a very, very limited set of dialogue. He has like one line he's given to say over and over again. But not too much that becomes annoying of saying that same line. So he did a decent enough job as well, acting-wise, for what limited he was given. But David Ladd, I forget the guys, he sucked as the American lead. I mean, get the American Werewolf in London. I mean, get someone else, please. Even Tom Everett Scott in American Werewolf in Paris is better than this guy. Yes, I said it. Even he's better than this guy. Little America stole my balloon. Sorry. So, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.